Hey yo, guess what? For quite a while now, I've been working on a really special music project, and at the time of this video coming out, it's dropping tomorrow. This thing is really special to me, so I wanted to make a little video talking about it, and also maybe kinda get you hyped up for it too. Okay, yeah, here we go. It's no secret to anyone that I am low-key obsessed with creating music, and I'm always thinking about more stuff and moves to make to advance my career. But even with all that insane passion, things are really exhausting in my life because I am not yet an epic full-time composer or musician. So all my awesome times I have creating stuff every day is after all my other work and responsibilities to, survive and pay bills. Which is normal, of course, that's what everyone does. But, some days are just harder than others. And on one of those more difficult days, I remember coming home from work and just staring at my laptop, completely spaced out and exhausted. While only a handful of imagined scenarios in my head at the time, I really wanted to try something different and fresh. I knew I definitely wasn't feeling burnout, as I still had tons of ideas and motivation, but I was just so tired of the everyday and, low-key frustrated. And that's when I got a call from one of my best bros from college. This guy Fabrice, or Fweezy as we call him. Hey Sam, how's it going? Music, every day, Yeah. Yeah dude, real. Hey look, it's been a minute, and I thought I'd reach out to see if you wanted to collab sometime soon. Bro? Oh yeah? Yeah bro. Honestly, I think that might be exactly what I need right now. And just like that, the gears were turning. Fweezy was one of my top-tier bros from college, as well as one of the coolest rappers I know. I wouldn't say I listen to a lot of hip-hop or rap music, but I love this guy's stuff. His lyrics are so deep, and he just freestyles them out like it's nothing. It amazes me. Over the next 24 hours, we were texting back and forth, and our plan unfolded into a 5-song EP that I'd produce and he'd jump in on. And since we were currently 2 bedroom producers, I actually reached out to our old professor again to see if we could borrow our old campus studio for a day to record everything in one go. Since we were no longer students there, it took a few extra steps to coordinate, but we eventually had it reserved for a Saturday afternoon after our shifts in late June. So we had about 3 weeks or so at that point to get everything done.
Oh man, it's been like over a year. Whoa, it's different in here now.
And I really wanted to say an extra special thank you to the recording engineer, this guy Blayton. Our only way to use the studio was to be guests of a current student. And this guy volunteered without even knowing who we were and really carried because we were a little rusty on some of the studio stuff.
I like just duplicate names.
Oh yeah, they're very smart, thank you. On to track 4. Hell yeah. I just closed it. And this is a CM414 pop filter. Very cool.
And let me tell you, the scope of this EP project grew very fast. Remember how earlier I said I wanted to try something fresh? Well, yes. And I guess that turned into me writing and trying to do vocals despite having literally no experience or expertise in doing so.
Oh, we got levels. Check. The double kind of masks that I can't sing. Amazing.
You can sing.
I even warned Blayton from the recording booth. Fair warning, these are my first lyrics, so I'll probably sound like an edgy 14-year-old. Oh, and also I can't sing, so brace yourself. I just kind of wanted to experiment and step out of my comfort zone. Hell yeah, that's the way to do it! Damn, this student had the perfect attitude for this whole thing. We had such a fun time. It had been so long since I'd gotten to do anything musical outside of my bedroom, so it felt so good. And it was super chill too, since everything we were doing required really simple setups. We got some vocals, some piano, and then bounced it out of Pro Tools. Yeah. When it comes to music and production in general, I specialize in instrumental stuff. So mixing vocals, in particular, my own voice, was really interesting, actually. I, of course, knew how to do it on paper, but it was a skill set I don't use super often. And bro, putting together a vocal chain made me feel so cool.
Like summertime, it comes and it goes. Pressure, it's a pressure. Pressure, it's a pressure, I suppose. Like summertime.
It's all pretty normal stuff, of course, but it was exactly different enough to me from usual, where it just was awesome. It was so much fun lining up all my vocal takes and experimenting with sounds. It was just the most badass feeling ever as it was coming together. Even if my singing style is a little more like talking, because I don't have much range. And I don't know what's my favorite, because everything was my favorite as I was working on it. However, I will say I had some worry that my vocals were kind of endangering the quality of the rest of the track. But luckily for me, I just so happen to have friends who can sing. Fweezy's verses already exploded life into the tracks, and his bars were, well, I low-key can't even describe how well bro understood the assignment.
Repeat, my brain gon' crash, no reminiscing, no more past, the future distant. This is something can't think of just like that. Time is lapsing, been absent, I've been catching these waves, catching up with my ways. It's just this the way I play. It's never...
He just has the perfect words. You know how rap music stands for rhythm and poetry? That's Fweezy. Fweezy is rap music, embodied. But I want to keep the party going since it's so fun to work with others, which I was discovering more and more on this project. So, who did I summon for assistance? None other than my coworker, who is also a singer-songwriter, and actually is also named Sam, but goes by Sammy. Ah, of course. Thank you, ladies. Your drinks will be up at the end shortly. Yo, I've got all the shots up until the 3 flat whites. You mind pulling those? Yeah, of course. I can be of assistance. Ooh, epic. That one turned out to be a banger. Yo, good one. Aw, yeah. Rush complete. Nothing that the Sams can't handle. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sam Square. And now that that's over, want to sing on my track, bro? Sammy's style has a lot of cool vibes. Some rock and roll, some feel-good stuff, and of course, tons of deep lyrics. His stuff sounds so cool, it's the kind of thing you already think exists because every part of the song just sounds like it belongs together into a work of art. And it's even more awesome that we both have this in-depth knowledge on music producing, theory, all that, and we just happen to work at the same coffee shop. I just gave Fweezy the bars I wanted him to rap on, and I plan to do the same with Sammy, so he had free reign on what his melodies and words would actually be. Well, actually, maybe not complete free reign. I did actually have this massive Google Doc with all the info for each track, including each of their themes and emotional beats. So equipped with all that, Sammy got to cooking. And then like 2 hours later, bro sends me the finished lyrics over my mix.
Open your eyes to the sight unseen. Bittersweet tastes of the in-between.
And bro, I was so amazed how perfect it was on his first attempt. I then sent him a barrage of thank you texts in all caps. You know, how one does. This project was looking pretty good. There's still a couple sections where we were waiting to get final versions for, and that took time, as we all got other stuff to do. Crazy that 5 tracks took several months, I guess, when you're working with other people. It's just a different kind of workflow, Anyway, but as I was working on the whip mixes, I still wanted to add another layer to my vocals somehow. Just needed some more power. And I thought the project was in need of a voice of an angel. Oh wait, I happen to know one of those. Hello? Yo, what's up? I'm making an EP with my bros and I was wondering if you wanted to jump in. No pressure, of course, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, I'd be honored. And the final character of this epic tale is my amazing childhood friend Mackenzie. We've been close our whole lives and even studied piano for a few years together when we were little. As an incredibly humble voice actress and linguistics student, she doesn't really advertise herself as a singer, but she knows how to use her voice to an insane degree, which ended up being the last bit our tracks needed to just explode to the next level.
I'm on top of the world, a structured robotic world. There's no way to
She didn't have to write any new lyrics. Actually, I just sent her the versions with me singing, and she sang over it, sending me just her raw stems. I worked my audio engineer magic, sent her through the vocal chain, and it was awesome. And even in different time zones, we were texting non-stop, showing everyone we knew little loops of us singing together. Truly, the voice of an angel. So perfect. So this little team of random music misfits we put together was looking pretty epic. I found it especially fun as I took on this sort of director role for the whole thing. With 4 different voices, this EP was really starting to get its own identity, and was quickly becoming one of, if not my favorite thing I've ever produced. So you may be wondering what these tracks are even about. I wanted to tell a bit of a story throughout the EP, and since these songs actually have words, I think it comes across a little more clear than my usual stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get deep for a sec. Brace yourself, okay? This EP is actually pretty meta because it kind of describes my feelings about my music grind. More specifically, how difficult it is to have, high expectations for ourselves and so much passion to create, but nobody or no job to do it for. And, that's kind of hard. It's like being stuck in this infinite cycle of being super inspired and still never feeling enough, even if you know it's all in your head. And to us, only a real gig or the big break will snap us out of it. That may be something you can totally relate to or sound totally abstract to you. It's definitely a flurry of emotions I feel every day. It's actually exactly what I was going through silently when Fweezy called me months ago. And bro, we were all going through it, which is why I think my bros were able to nail the lyrics so perfectly. And as we were working on everything, this extreme passion we all have for music just kept coming through. Every time I was on the phone with Fweezy, he'd update me on his own stuff he was producing. Saying stuff like, "Man, I just love music so much, man. Been creating every day." And then I'd say something like, "Yeah, dude, can't go a day without thinking or grinding it out." And that's the truth. Every birthday candle, every special occasion, every 11:11 on the clock, I'm wishing for a big gig in music. So, as I'm still getting to that point, that's a little hard. So we took all that, combined those feelings, and we put it with this robotic theme for the EP. Because when I tell people everything I get done, that's what they call me, which is kind of neat. So we've got the deep feels, some robotic kind of machine themes, lots of epic drums, and cinematic jazzy instrumentals. There's something for everyone. If any of that sounds like your thing, I think you'll really enjoy listening. But you should just listen anyway because we put a lot of love into this thing and I'm super proud of everyone. I just really put my heart into this, When I listen back to all these tracks, I kind of have this moment where I'm like, wait, I actually produced this? You know what I mean? So yeah, that is the epic tale of this EP's creation. I should have this video done in time, so the EP will be dropping tomorrow. It'll be out on the usual platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and the like, but I'll also be uploading it right here on this YouTube channel, as well as SoundCloud and Bandcamp. So whatever you like, listen to it there. I think you'll enjoy it. This EP has been in the work for months, but I think it was well worth it, and we cooked. And looks like we're getting to the end of the video. So I have to thank all the members for the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you again. Also, an enormous thank you to my awesome friends for working on this thing with me. If you want to check any of them out, which you should, I'll link all of them in the description. And thank you for watching this video. Now, go listen to my EP when it's out. Okay, thanks. Cheers, guys.
Keeps the dream alive.